morning of my boat move is here finally, and I don't mind admitting I'm a little nervous. It's a long time since the boat came out. I know what's underneath it. It's not terrible. It's just, you know, it's been in the water for a few years, and if you left me or you soaking in the water for a few years, you'd probably need a little attention. So that's what we're doing. We made it. We are now in the boatyard, and the boat is going to be cleaned. It's pretty bad down there. I mean, it's not the worst they've ever seen by a long way, but it's you know, it's 3 years of build up and barnacles and just weird plants growing down there. And we're going to connect the boat up to some power. And I'm just going to kind of carry on like I've been carrying on, except I'll be here and not in the water. So no rocking. Oh God, the past 2 days it's just been like wah, 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 wah. Whilst the boat is out of the water, it gives me a chance to find out what's up with the bow thruster. See this moves, which means the motor isn't jammed. The actual impeller seems to be locked up. And here's a quick look inside my bow thruster. It's pretty grimy in there. Today was a little bit less dramatic than yesterday because they've just been sanding, just getting the surface like super smooth and nice for the paint that's going on tomorrow. We also did a little, when I say we, I mean the chap working on the boat, because they, you know, it's like if I tried to help, You don't want that. You just don't want that. Anyway, the propellers here are all nice and shiny now. Everything looks pretty good down here. And the trim tabs do not work, but honestly, I don't care because I wouldn't use them enough. You only need them when you're going fast, and I don't really go fast that very often. So we also got the line cutters off. You can see here, no line cutter. I could replace them, but it's 200 euros each side to put on new line cutters, and I just don't need them that much. So I'm gonna keep them off. You can see it's down here. They spin around, and if line gets caught, it gets chopped. Everything gets painted with a primer and then anti-foul, 3 coats. And I'm assuming they let it dry before they put the next one on, which is why it's going to take a few days. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. The boat looks great. There's no damage underneath. I was a bit worried that once you got the boat out of the water, I'd find it like something that wasn't really good, but everything's fine. The propellers are in good shape. Everything's in good shape. It just needed a good cleaning because, you know, 4 years underwater, 4 years? 3 years. 3 years underwater is a long time. But I'm glad we got this done because it's needed doing for about probably a year. But it's not cheap. I'll go into the details later, but not cheap. It's only a small boatyard here. They probably got, I mean, when they're full, they probably got 25 boats in here. So it's not very big, but they're super friendly and super helpful, and they know what they're doing. So that's it. But you can see these boats here. This is a yacht. It has a feathering propeller, so that when it's not using the motor, the blades go in line with the water. So what else have we got? Here's another one. Also, these, they feather, but they feather like that instead of going sideways. This is their boat moving device, which probably cost $250,000 euros, but it means they can move the boats all the way from the quayside up to their boatyard. And although I did patch up my dinghy here, Parcels, I didn't do it well enough. So if you put soapy water on, you can see there's a little bit of a leak there, and then one over here, and here, and here. It is a beautiful morning here, and there's no work happening on the boat today or tomorrow. It's the weekend, and they take Saturday and Sunday off, which is great. Okay. Good morning from the boatyard. As you can see, everything has been very nicely painted. Today what we're doing is removing these, moving them a bit, and then painting over the bits that were covered. And it's been a week here, but they've done a really good job. You can see everything's been painted, looks good. And I mean, It's expensive. It's over 3,000 euros to get the whole boat treated, but honestly, you just have to pay it. There's no, you can't half-ass this bit, because your boat would just be in terrible shape. So I've really gone overboard. I actually had to put an extra coat on, so it's got 3 layers of this blue anti-fouling stuff on it, and that took an extra day, cost an extra 200 euros or something, but it's in good shape now. Everything's good, and today we finish off here and then goes in the water tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's about 10 past 6 in the morning, and today we go splash. So the reason you have to pay 3,000 euros is because you're paying for all their gear as well. This machine that lifts the boats up and transports them down to the water cost about 450,000 euros, which is a crazy amount of money. So that's what you're paying for. And they've been really efficient about their working here. They just show up, do the work, communicate as much as they can, as much as they need to. I try not to ask any silly questions because that just gets annoying, but they've been doing really good work, so I'm quite happy. These are the anodes that you put on that stop the electricity, or I don't know what they do, but you need them. True to form, just as we're about to put the boat back in, this wind blows through at about 20 knots, and I mean everything was fine, but it's just weird. That's why you know there's a God and she doesn't necessarily like you.